Do you know that God often speaks to children? As a child of 10 years old, my father asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. So without hesitation, I responded, a medical missionary. I had thought about it a lot and already felt that call for it at 10 years old. Later, as I was in high school, I began contemplating, what should I do with my life? How can I do this? And our family had a lot of discussions, and we always kind of thought about maybe nursing school to lead to that medical missionary. So my father had that great desire for me to pursue nursing. I took high school classes preparing for it, and then I applied to the nursing school when I graduated from high school, where my father wanted me to go. In the fall, I entered the nursing school. I enjoyed the hospital part and helping people, but I didn't like all the studies and all that medical stuff. After I received my nurse's cap and completed the first year, I left the school. I just knew it wasn't right for me. Yes, my father was very disappointed, but my father, God, knew I was on the right track. So while I was at nursing school, I made many good friends. They got to know me and know what that I was a praying girl. And as a praying girl, some of them would come to my room and seek me to pray for things. And we actually started a prayer meeting on a regular basis there in the nurses' dorm of that hospital. So some of the other students learned about it, came in, and it grew. We saw people come to know the Lord, people who had prayers answers, and those meetings continued for many years, even after I left the school. And so it was sometime later, I went to Jamaica as a missionary to a deaf school, and I served there for 2 years. I wasn't off base with the medical missionary thought. I believed that was from God, and it was just the concept. It was different from what my father thought and what I was thinking. I caught the words, but it took me years to completely understand what it meant. A few years later, I took a 60-hour course in emergency medical response, and it was partially actually taught by my father. But I loved the hands-on, the immediate response, and the care of people. And in 2003, I started training in a community emergency response team known as CERT. And I studied critical incident stress management, known as CISM. So I was on the Seminole County CERT team and on the board of the Florida State Board for CERT organization. I became a CERT trainer and a CERT manager. I took CISM to the Walt Disney World Security and Resort Management. And at Disney, I became known as the CISM lady's here. She came to teach us again. And so I went on from there, and I supplied help and work in those areas, and I realized that those were all medical, and they were all missionary type of works. So as a child, I knew in my spirit that something was telling me, calling me, encouraging me, putting thoughts in me to become a medical missionary. I didn't hear a voice. I didn't see it written in the sky or anywhere else. I just knew. Now I know it was the voice of God. Sometimes we just know that we know. And the intuitive voice of God speaks to us and moves us. So I challenge you to hear God's call and respond. Here am I, send me. And if he gives you words such as medical missionary, know that it will be in some way or form. Those words will define your call of God. God bless you, and we'll talk soon as we learn more about God. You said what?